Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Indian Bull vs Bear. In today's video, I'll share my analysis of historical trends of the fertilizers sector. This video is part of the series The Final Missing Piece. Before moving on, please read the entire disclaimer carefully. The fertilizer sector in India consists of companies which are involved in manufacturing of fertilizers like urea, phosphatic fertilizers, potassic fertilizers, and complex fertilizers. Fertilizers are vital for Indian agriculture, which contributes approximately 18% to India's GDP and employs nearly 50% of the entire Indian population. This sector is one of the most regulated sector with heavy government subsidy and price control mechanism with schemes like PM Kisan, DBT subsidy and soil health cards. The key growth drivers for this sector includes rising food demand due to population growth and increasing focus on organic and nano fertilizers. The major challenges that the sector is facing includes delays in government subsidy reimbursement, high dependence on imports for P&K fertilizers, rising raw material and freight costs, and environmental concerns over excessive fertilizers use. So now in order to identify trends in this sector, I will present two graphs. They are the end result of my analysis of the share price movement of last 10 years of top 10 companies of this sector. The top 10 companies of this sector comprises of 3 large cap, 3 mid cap and 4 small cap companies. The first graph will show the yearly returns, whereas the second graph will show the monthly returns. So let's start with the yearly returns graph. So this is the yearly returns graph. The red bar here shows the negative yearly returns. The green bar shows the positive yearly returns. The orange line shows the cumulative returns. The green line shows number of months with positive returns, and the red line shows number of months with negative returns. So let's start with 2015. So 2015 was a very bad year for this sector, and this sector managed to give negative returns of minus 22.64% in that year, with 8 negative months and only 4 positive months. The situation improved in 2016 though, and the sector managed to give meager returns of 10.33% in that year, with 6 positive months and 6 negative months. But 2017 was a massive year for this sector, and the sector gave returns of more than 100%, that is 115.10%, with 9 positive months and only 3 negative months. But the sector nosedived in 2018 and managed to give negative returns of minus 31.27% in that year, with 8 negative months and only 4 positive months. 2019 too was a bad year for the sector, and the sector managed to give returns of minus 16.11% in that year, with 7 negative months and 5 positive months. But situation improved in 2020, and it proved to be a very good year for the sector. And sector managed to give returns of 40.44% in that year, with 7 positive months and 5 negative months. The situation improved further in 2021, and sector gave very good returns of 68.41% in that year, with 9 positive months and 3 negative months. 2022 proved to be another solid year for the sector, and the sector managed to give returns of 55.41% in that year, with 7 positive months and 5 negative months. In 2023, the sector gave strong returns of 33.06%, with 9 positive months and 3 negative months. And 2024 was an okayish year, an average year, I would say, for the sector. And the sector gave returns of around 20%, 19.90%, with 7 negative months, and only 5 positive months. And if you see, there is a trend over here. Since 2021, the returns are decreasing. Although the returns are still positive, but the returns are decreasing continuously for the last 4 years. If we check the cumulative returns and follow the orange line over here, we see that over the last 10 years, the sector managed to give returns of 520 odd percent, which is around just more than 6x in last 10 years. Now let's see the key takeaways. First is this cumulative return that we have just seen, 520 odd percent, which is 6x. Next is the CAGR of 20.03%. Now, by no stretch of imagination, it is a bad CAGR, but we have seen sectors with much better CAGR than this. So I would say an average CAGR, not more than an average CAGR of 20.03% over the last 10 years. Net negative yearly return. Now this is worrisome. 3 years have given net negative yearly return in the last 10 years. Now this is a bad number for the sector. There are not many sectors which have given three negative years in the last 10 years. Best year was 2017. Clearly, 2017 was the best year with massive returns of 115.10%. And the following year was the worst year, that is 2018. And the sector managed to give negative returns of 31.27%. The positive to negative year ratio is 2.33 is to 1. That is 2.33 positive year against every one negative year. Again, not a very good number. The best could be an average number for the sector. Now let's see the monthly returns graph. So this is the one. The green bars here shows the positive mean monthly returns. The red bar shows the negative mean monthly returns. The green line shows number of years with positive returns, and the red line shows number of months with negative returns. Let's start with January. January seems to be a very good month for this sector in terms of average returns, which is 4.11% over the last 10 years. But in terms of consistency, it has given positive returns 5 times and negative returns 5 times. February, clearly a very bad month, in fact, the worst month for this sector, with average returns of close to negative 6%, minus 5.87% in last 10 years, with 8 negative years and only 2 positive years. March, a flat month for this sector with 10-year average return of 0.75% with 6 positive years and 4 negative years. April, though, is a very good month for this sector. In fact, the best month for the sector with 9.76% average returns and 8 positive years and only 2 negative years. May, again, one of those months which have given negligible returns on an average over the last 10 years with 0.34% returns and 5 positive years and 5 negative years. June, a bit better, but still an average month with 2.84% returns and 5 positive and 5 negative years. July, average returns are a bit low, 2.35%, but 8 out of last 10 years, the sector has given positive returns in the month of July. So, a point favor in for the month of July, and only 2 times it gave negative returns. August and September again are two months which have given an average negative returns over the last 10 years with minus 2.02 and minus 2.23% respectively, with 6 negative years for August and 7 for September. So another two bad months for the sector. October, an average month, although the returns are on a bit on a higher side, but at 3.48%. But in the last 10 years, 5 years have given positive returns and 5 have given negative returns. November, a below average month, I would say 1.27% average return, 5 positive and 5 negative years. And finally, December, a very good month with average returns of 9.45% and 9 positive years in the last 10 years and only one negative year. So, all in all, clearly three negative years and probably couple of flat, sorry, three negative months and couple of flat months. So, all in all, 5 to 6 months um, are not good for this sector in a year, and couple of months are good, and Rest all are average. Let's see the takeaways. So the cheaper months are February, August, and September. So February with minus 5.87, August with minus 2.02, and September with minus 2.23%. So these are the cheaper months. Also, March and May too do not have a good average returns. So they too are not good months for this sector. Costlier months are April and December. Clearly, 9.76% average returns for April and 9.45% average returns for December. Two of the best months for this sector. And finally, the positive to negative month ratio 1.18 is to 1. That is 1.18 positive months against every one negative month. So again, not a good number for this sector. We have seen several sectors having far better ratio than this. So that is all from my side in this video. Thanks for watching it. Like it if you have enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends and family. I'll be back soon with another video. Goodbye for now.